This latest story made me very happy, and it should make you very happy because it shows you the true power individuals, small people have in this fight, bitch slapping the establishment with the very weapons that they try to use against us. Today, the Washington Post tweeted, quote, "It's time to retire the tainted term fake news." Telling people, please, let's stop using it. It's tainted, please. They're tapping out. They're calling uncle, and they're losing. In their own article, they said, but though the term hasn't been around long, its meaning is already lost. Quote, conservative cable and radio personalities, top Republicans, and even Mr. Trump himself have appropriated the term and turned it against any news they see as hostile to their agenda. So here's a modest proposal for their truth-based community. Yeah, right. Let's get out the hook and pull that baby off stage. Yes, simply stop using it. Well, at least this author, I'm not going to call this person a journalist, this author at least has some hindsight. At least they're a little bit smart, seeing exactly what's happening all over the internet and with the American public who are finally demanding, yeah, fake news is a problem, online news is a problem, mainstream media news is a problem. Let's see the evidence. Let's see the sources. Let's make sure what you're saying is true and not based on anonymous sources. And now they're getting the crap beat out of them. The Washington Post put out the term fake news into the national dichotomy. They started this war, and themselves, they had to admit, after they propped up this article, that it was based on an anonymous source, prop or not, that tweeted fascist slogans on their Twitter account before, which you should have fact-checked. But they had to admit that their own story that started this whole fake news dichotomy was fake in itself. They even released another story talking about how the Russians hacked the U.S. electrical grid, which was faked, based on sham research, lazy, poor journalism. Glenn Greenwald of The Intercept really put it well, and he said, quote, in the past 6 weeks, the Washington Post published 2 blockbuster stories about the Russian threat that went viral. One on how Russia is behind a massive explosion of fake news, the other on how it invaded the U.S. electrical grid. Both articles were fundamentally false. Each now bears a humiliating editor's note, grudgingly acknowledging that the core claims of this story were fiction. And of course, the first story that started out of this, they mentioned We Are Change, with prop or not. They accused us of being fake news. They took independent media, pushed them, started this fight, drug us through the frickin' mud, spit on us, slandered, lied about us, and now we're finally standing up, all of us collectively as people online, and saying, wait, hold on, wait a second, and slapping them back with that term and be like, you're doing this fake, how do you expect us to believe you on this when it's anonymous? And they're losing this battle, and at least they have the hindsight to admit it. This is the same Washington Post that has been, again, very influential with their fake news. Let's not lose the term. Let's keep using the term against them. They want us to stop using it. No. When fake news Washington Post, Jeff Bezos is running and owning that, not even a journalism company, the media, let's call them a media company, the propaganda company. Jeff Bezos owns that newspaper now. Of course, he is the guy who controls Amazon. But he doesn't inform his viewers that he is also connected with the CIA, now has a $600 million contract with the CIA. An obvious conflict of influence that, of course, you keep away from your viewership. And now with more investigating, with more hindsight, with more people saying, yeah, let's actually be more vigilant as a public. Let's look out for fake news. Let's research where news is coming from, who's financing it, their shady, shadowy connections. Let's research all this. And now, they got the white flag up. Don't let them win. They're not. They're losing. Let's make sure that they lose in an ultimate fashion, get totally destroyed, totally wiped off the map by being illegitimate, and let's do their job better. And that's what we're doing here at We Are Change. And we can do that with your support, with your donations, with your investment in free speech, in independent media by going to wearechange.org/donate. Thank you again so much for watching. Subscribe, click that bell button, and stay tuned for more hard-hitting news here on youtube.com/We Are Change.